Hi there, YouTubers out there and RC enthusiasts. Now, if you like my channel, please subscribe, please hit the like button, please hit the share button, smash the bell, and if you please, leave a comment. Or if you have a question or something about one of the RCs or one of my RCs or something like that, because my channel is to entertain and to inform you guys and give you guys some RC top tips. Anyways, let's get into this video, and I have quite a few things to say about this awesome RC monster truck. Don't get me wrong about certain things about this thing, because all in all it is freaking awesome, with the AI and gyroscope technology and things like that. And obviously you can see I've got the son of a digger, Ryan Anderson's monster truck, monster jam truck. But anyways, let's get into a little bit of my complaints about this awesome RC monster truck. Now, I think cost me $750, right? This is the Losi LMT 2.0, and so yeah, this one has the new, like I said, the new AI gyroscope technology into it, so it's freaking awesome. So this thing has freestyle mode, can hold longer wheelies, balance for stoppies, and bicycle on two wheels. If you monster jam fans out there, or you monster truck fans, obviously you guys know what I'm talking about, what this thing can do. So anyways, when on the box it says ready to run, but ready to run means, I mean, thing, it comes with a battery and a charger, but this one does not come with a battery and a charger, which I think is, yeah, pretty, yeah, it's how can I say it? I don't want to say lame, but I mean, like I said, pay $750 for this thing. The least they can do is provide a battery and a charger for it. So yeah, anyways, now this also has playing the chassis. And I did mention, in if you do know my channel, if you watch some of my videos about this thing, I've made a few complaints about it, but there's a few other things. But anyways, we'll get that along the way into the video. I did say that I was gonna see if I could take the play out, and I tried to put rubber tubing in between the sway bars. That didn't really work out, so I think I'm gonna have to see if maybe with the links or something. Maybe I won't do it. I'll just see what happens. But the thing is, I'm not gonna thrash and bash my RC monster truck, because these things are very expensive. The parts are expensive as well, the body as well. The bodies alone is $120, so I'm not going to scratch it up and things like. I don't have a lot of money, so I'm gonna be careful with this thing. So anyways, and apart from that, the leaking shocks, I made a video about the shocks. So all you have to do is replace the O-rings inside here on the bottom, on here at the end of the shaft, of the shock shaft, because yeah, these O-rings here, they leak inside. So you just have to take the cap off. Obviously you're gonna have to firstly empty the shock with oil, take the cap off and take the end part off, and then you're gonna have to push the shock out, and then see if you can replace the O-rings inside of here. And till now they haven't been leaking since. And I must say, Traxxas and Intergy, they use these nylon sealing rings or O-rings. So but when I got mine in the box, when I took it out, I noticed the shock was leaking badly from the top here as well. I mean, half of it was already empty, and the whole shock here and over here, it was just soaked in oil, and yeah, the oil got everywhere on here and things like that. But anyways, so yeah, to take it apart, and then I realized, and then on the top here, on the top cap, the O serial was broken, which can happen. I mean, in production, I mean, I can understand, so that's no problem. I just replace it with another O-ring. And as well as the reservoirs, what they call them, piggybacks, but reservoirs on the shocks here. I mean, yeah, they didn't really pay a lot of attention to that because the clamps, they should have been made a little bit smaller, so it clamps more on the shock here. So if you watch my video about the shocks, how I did it, I mean, I just had to, yeah, I made just made the clamp a little bit better, so which is a good thing. So at least this back one here, it when it goes all the way inside, then it comes against a sway bar here, and yeah, you can damage the shock and the sway bar. So I took care of that. Now the interior, it's very childish like. I mean, they could have just left it out, because to me the only thing that's actually well detailed with it is the helmet. And it's got a very cool sticker on top there, on the visor. It says "Son of a Digger," so which is very, very cool. I do appreciate that they did that, but like the steering wheel and the gauges, I mean, that really it looks childish like, and they did put a lot of detail, put a lot of thought into that. I mean, pay $750 for this thing. I mean, you can at least expect it to be a bit more detail on that, as well as the shock travel. Pay attention to the rear wheel, how much I lift it up, not even that high, and then the back wheel goes already. I put my hand under here. That's how much shock travel I have. Well, a little bit more, but it's about that much shock travel. And from my knowledge, Monster trucks, they have a lot of shock travel. So again, that's another thing. Mind you, when I bought this truck, I at least expected to have a Son of a Digger flag on the back there, but no, they just provided this plastic antenna. So yeah, no flag. I mean, why? Yeah, just don't understand why not on that. Let's see here. Rear steering. There's no rear steering on these trucks. Why not? I mean, the two guys from Losi, when I watched the video, when they were showing this truck off and things like that, and saying, oh, it's the detail to Realism and blah 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 and things like that, but why isn't there no rear steering on it? Come on, if you're gonna make a Monster Jam RC monster truck, just give it a bit more realism on that part. So and the sponsors as well. If you look at Ryan Anderson's real monster truck, I mean the plastic plates here on the sides, they are covered in sponsors, and on the bottom here it says UNOH, University of Ohio. I think it's a real shame they didn't put that on there. And Ryan Anderson's truck, this part here is blue, and there's no Monster Jam sticker underneath here. So those are my complaints on this thing. But anyways, yeah, but for the rest, I mean, I love the body and the tires and the certain things, and the link bars. I mean, those thick aluminum link bars, they're so awesome. And then the metal drive shafts and things like that, and they did go out of their way with certain things on it. But I mean, like I said, look at the shock travel on there. Look at it. It's about that much on my finger. Obviously, if you push it up, but then let it come down, it's the thickness of my finger. So yeah. But anyways, I think they pay too much attention to the AI gyroscope technology in these things, instead of paying more attention, or paying just as much attention to the complaints I have about this thing. So, but apart from that, what I've mentioned, all in all, it is a very, very awesome RC monster truck, and as well as it's a bit longer, it's a bit wider than the LMT or the Losi LMT 1, and so that's a plus at least. And as well as they said, with the lights as well, they provided real colored lights. I mean, in the Gravedigger one, they just said they had white ones, the red lenses, so they were more pinkish. But actually, if you are an RC enthusiast and you love your hobby, and you love the attention to details like I do, because that's why this is my complete debondment video about this thing, then if someone has a grave digger, then all they have to do is take red LED lights and replace them with the white ones. So, but anyways, that's a different story. That's a different model. But like I said, guys, I mean, all in all, this thing is awesome. Like in the video, they did explain that they strengthened the housing for the drive shaft here, so they're a lot stronger. But this is my first Losi, so I don't know how strong it is or how strong the other ones are, and I don't smash and bash my RC Munch trucks that much. So, but anyways, guys, thank you so much for watching, and thank you so much for subscribing. Thank you. Please help me to get to 1,000 subscribers and then grow from there as well, because I also want to be a big RC YouTuber, kind of like a few other people that I've mentioned in my videos, like Kevin Talbot or Claude Busted. And Kevin Talbot, if you don't know him, is an English bloke, and he lives in England, and he's got the Game Over real life-size monster truck. He's even at Primal RC. They have a Primal RC monster truck that made after his real life-size monster truck. So go to his channel, give him a shout out, subscribe to his channel. He's a heck of a nice guy, and he makes awesome videos. And as well as I mentioned also Claude Busted, he's an American guy, and he works a lot on Claude Busters. He also builds chassis for them, and he's also a heck of a nice, humble guy. And he's also got a real life-size monster truck. It's called the Aggravated monster truck, and that thing is awesome. So also give him a shout out, subscribe to his channel. He's such an awesome guy. So, but anyways, guys, these two men, or young men, they have inspired me and motivated me, and also to make a YouTube channel. And especially Kevin Talbot, because anyways, I'm not going to bore you guys too much details about that and things like that. But I mean, next year, hopefully, or maybe sumo, or maybe this year, I don't know. It just depends how things go and how much people like my channel, and how many people subscribe that quickly. So I mean, I'm hopefully to get next year to 1,000 subscribers. That's one of my goals. I can start monetizing my channel and getting more RC stuff and entertaining you guys a lot more and things like that, giving you RC top tips and informing and entertaining you guys. And within a few weeks, I'm going to be also buying a new little RC. So yeah. So stay updated with my channel, and I'm going to see you this weekend the running trail RC video. I'm going to see what happens. So it just depends how busy things get and what's going to happen, or I just hope the RC doesn't malfunction or something, because that always happens with me. If you watch one of my last videos with I was testing my camera on my HG Transport civilian Hummer, the little servo for changing into high and low gear, that thing broke. So yeah, so I'm gonna have to replace that servo. I'm most probably gonna make a video on that one, but we'll see what happens. And then, but again, guys, thank you so much for subscribing to my channel, for supporting me. I appreciate that so very much. But like Kevin and a few other RC enthusiasts out there that have started off their YouTube, they started off small and started growing into a bigger channel and things like that. And yeah, in the future I might get an X-Max, but I'm not really much of an X-Max or a Max or a Mini Max fan. But I'm a Traxxas fan, but those things are very expensive, and well, this thing as well. But I'm a fan of Ryan Anderson, and when I saw this one on the video, and they explaining what they do to it, and the beefier shocks, or two shocks in each corner, and then the beefier sway bars, and you know, the steering servo, and the housings for the axles and things like that, and as well as the tires. And so, and the color of the chassis blue, which is very, very awesome. The roll cage, I really like it a lot. So I'm not going to completely go into the complaint department, but just saying a few things. I did complain a few things about this thing, but that's the thing, that they could have just gone that extra little mile by testing it and see what's going on. With the reservoirs and the shocks leaking and things like that. I mean, they were they on YouTube. They were testing these trucks. They were showing us what they can do. So why didn't they take it back to the drawing table, just like GTA 6? Everyone, there's a lot of gamers and people talking about it that want the game, but they took it out of. They did mention a release date this year, but they took it off. Or not take it off, but they how can I say it? They're going to release it next year because there are too many glitches with the game. There's people out there that test these games, they see what's wrong with them and things like that. So why didn't they do the same with this? But I'm just mentioning GTA as an example. I mean, there's many games, many other things, movies, that they have to edit the movies, and other games there, they have to edit them as well and take out all the glitches and certain things like that. And I do know that Traxxas also, they test their RCs before they put them onto the shelves before selling them. And yeah, Losi should have actually done it with this thing. I mean, one of the worst things with it is the play in the chassis and the leaking shocks. I mean, those are actually the two main issues, which is actually wrong with this thing. And also, yeah, okay, got to say the shock travel as well, the rear steering, and no battery and charger. So and the flag. So that is actually the main things that is wrong with this thing. But for the rest, it is a very, very awesome RC Munch truck. Don't hesitate to buy it. I mean, it doesn't cost a lot just to replace O-rings in the shocks. That's one of the very main reasons why people are complaining about these things, because of the leaking shocks. So put springs into the other shock, just to give it a bit more height. I mean, I do like my RC monster trucks high, a bit higher, so they have a bit more shock when you fly them in the air, and then they land really hard. You can break parts very easily, especially these shocks. I mean, because it's all plastic here, and on the top here it is. But I mean, it is pretty very, very strong plastic. I mean, it will take a lot to break them, but still, just that one weird landing, and you can break something. So like if they're a bit higher, something like this, obviously it has to sag a bit because of the chassis. It's pretty heavy. You got everything in there, plus the battery is going to go into there. So it has these stoppers here. These I can't remember what they call them, shock bumpers, I think. And they do stop quite a bit, so it doesn't slam against the plastic here and break something or inside the shock. So I mean, that I must say, that attention to detail is very awesome. I love that they did that. Actually, all RC monster trucks should go and do this. Traxxas, here's a top tip for you guys out there if you're watching my video. Obviously, Traxxas won't watch my videos, but if someone out there is a Traxxas fan or works at Traxxas or something like that and watches RC videos, you guys can learn from this, really. But anyways, on all my RC shocks, I don't have these kind of bump stops like these ones, but I do take a little rubber ring or a piece of rubber tubing. It's pretty soft. Just cut a little bit off there. Unscrew obviously you have to unscrew the end here, remove the part and the spring and everything, and then just slide the rubber ring onto the shaft, put it all back together, so it also has a bit of a kind of like a bump stop. So Let's just see what else. Well, that's pretty much it. And yeah, and like I said as well, with the rear steering, there's no rear steering on this thing, so that would have been very, very cool if they did that, if they provided that, or provided if they put it on here or sell it in the kit as an option, you know, so you can build, so you can just yeah, build the rear steering onto there, like Tamiya has on their Clodbuster, the Juggernaut, and the Agrios. You could have the rear steering options, because when you just build it together in the kit, it comes with parts. You can lock it all together. So, but or you can just, oh no, sorry, only no, the Agrios. The Agrios came with that option. I'm just trying to think now. The Clodbuster and the Juggernaut, or no, that they have that. That was, oh no, it's my bad. I'm sorry. The Agrios has that. Yeah. Anyway, brr. Sorry about that. I had a bit of a brain fart there. And but still, it would have been cool if they provided that option onto here. And but anyways, and also must probably a little toggle switch on the transmitter to to activate the rear steering, which would have been very, very cool for that, just to give you that extra monster truck feeling. You know, it's like, oh, I got a toggle switch on there, and let me click it to the left and click it to the right and put it in the middle, you know, and things like that. I mean, come on, that would have been also awesome. But it is what it is, and we have to make do with what we have. But I'm saying, I love this thing. It looks awesome. Sorry for keeping you for nearly 22 minutes here, and 22 minutes here we go. But anyways, guys, thank you so much for watching, and again, thank you so much for supporting my channel. I appreciate so very much from you guys, and take care, stay safe, have fun out there on the Aussie trails. See you guys in the next video. Alrighty then, bye, see ya.